all going well. Seems to be working. And there we go. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so I'll close that so we don't get it interrupted with just looking at it, looking at ourselves. Go back to the Zoom to do and yeah.
William said, "Hello, John at Echo."
Hi, William. Okay, so now we've got kind of that's normally at the top and vice versa, so I can't drag it. So
Why do you look so dark?
dark. Well, we're into summer now, so I've got a natural tan.
Really? Not
Well,
because of my glasses.
hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Do I look dark? You look so big. You're so tall. I like to have it. We've got okay. Disclosure. We've got these cushions that we sit on, but I like to sit just on the chair and have this on my back for back support.
Every time when I wear this, I have people say they love it.
Well, it is a beautiful dress. Uh so here we go. Another day. Let's see who we've got here. We've got Aunt Andrea. You've got Karina, James, Janet, Jeremy, Richard, Rita,
Who's
S
this one?
S L
Oh, SL. Who's
S L. I don't know. And Stephanie Capel and William, who's chatted previously. Is our audio okay, guys? Can you hear us? Um, cool. Okay.
Thank you, Rita.
Neither of us are loud talkers. Oh,
Oh.
one of yeah, you are sometimes. When I okay, no, full honesty, full disclosure. When you get angry with me, I get full blast, which isn't very often actually. Recently, I haven't sort of heard the
How long
volume.
do you mean recently?
Well, not today. Yeah, no, life's good. You know, um, everyone's got their ups and downs, but just focus on the positives and self improvement, and you'll get there in the end. Central Coast, California. That brings up visions of beaches and sunshine. Central Coast. I don't know that. I thought there's a Central Coast. Okay, in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we've never been to Pittsburgh.
No.
I haven't heard much about it.
We haven't. Is that?
We haven't Central. Yeah, we've been to Florida. Yep, good on you, Gyro.
Have we been to Florida?
Of course, that was our first stop when you went to
No.
Orlando.
Orlando.
That's in Florida.
Really?
So just say yes, guys. It is right. Orlando's in Florida. We are both real experts in geography. But yeah, true. California, Santa Cruz. Yeah, we haven't. What Eka was going to say is that we haven't travelled for a while, for a long time.
Yeah, we haven't made our friends for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We've got lots of friends around the place, but yeah, we haven't.
Do you miss that?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's taken a level of complication having children. That's
Yeah.
made it a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah, we have two children. One is 5.5, and the other is 2.5.
Going on 10. Oh, yeah, so
So that was about 8 years ago when we went to
yeah, so
America.
it's before
Yeah.
before the girls came. So that was easy. It's
Oh,
just
7 years
we
ago.
only had ourselves to consider, but now we've got family
Yeah.
and cats.
Yeah, we have a lot of cats in the yard.
Yeah, about 10 now that we feed
Yeah.
regularly, yeah. As now we are both Buddhists, and as Buddhists we don't keep pets. It's
Mm.
not really a thing
Because
because you
we
can't.
can't get attached to anything or anyone.
not yeah, that. Yes, that's true. Also, the fact,
They don't belong to anyone, their lives. And also because we need to, they eat meat and
yeah,
we don't
yeah,
eat,
that's right.
we don't kill.
Yeah, so that's kind of difficult as well.
Yeah.
I got them some vegetarian snacks.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, they're little round rods, but that long, quite wide, and they munch onto it, so that's okay. Yeah, so for those reasons, we don't have them as pets, but we look after them, we care for them,
Yeah. They,
and
they come to visit us and we feed them every day.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I've even got a cat house or three. There was from when it was winter time, you see, when it's snowing, and I don't like them to get cold feet, so
Mm. And the other day we found that there were two wasps nests in our yard,
yeah,
and they were just flying around in the yard, and we were worried that they may hurt the kids. So we found someone to take away the nets, and the people who come here, they read mantra, they read the sutra to the wasps, and they set them free.
yeah. So yeah, because we can't harm life.
Mm. And normally, the normal way to deal with that is to burn them. If we find, the policeman to do it, they would burn them. So we find someone special to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they donned their suits and put the whole nest into a bag with the wasps and took them to some happy place where they won't harm people,
Mm.
so they can do their wasp things. Oh, there's a Kiwi, Andre Heteriki. Kia ora, John and Echo. Sitting here in plasma mode and remote mode and looking forward to meditating with you both. Oh,
Oh, that's scalar mode.
thanks, Andre. Yeah, no, well, scalar mode. Yeah, we're not supposed to be talking about this, are we?
Oh, we can if we're really proud of it.
I'm always carrying, always carrying this.
And do you
It's,
know why this guy looks younger and younger
I'm,
each year? Hey, show to them what program you're running. You can see Young Body, the name of the program, Young Body.
I don't have any secrets. You know, this is going live, right? So,
Well, we're sharing something really good with our audiences, our friends.
yeah, okay. So it's just
And,
between,
and he's getting younger and younger.
but don't tell anyone, okay?
Yeah, that's his secrets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, it's time to start. So, welcome everybody to
Welcome.
what's it called? A bi-weekly? No, because it's 2 times a week. So it's
Every second week.
we'll just say it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make myself taller. Yeah, I'm taller now. Yep. And welcome to our meditation session. Oh, you're so tall. You're dropping off the. There, how's that? Okay. We're okay. Start again. We ruined the first time. We'll do it a second time. So we got things to do. And I'm sure you've got things to do as well. But welcome to our meditation. We're going to talk more about samatha and vipassana. Mm. Because we've covered it in the previous sessions, but maybe we need to just cover it a little bit more so that you get a proper understanding of the differences between the two. So without any further ado, I will share, which is where really there we go, share, and then I go to keynote, and then I share sound, and then I go, oh, share. Okay, and here we go. And I'll go to the first page and click start. And that's all there is to it. Okay, on Spooky2 online meditation with myself.
And myself.
Balancing calm and insight.
Transitioning between stillness and clarity.
Now, what does it mean to transition between stillness and clarity? Well, this is the difference between samatha and vipassana. You're supposed to jump in. Okay.
No. I'll leave this to you because you are an expert in Vipassana, and you are born
Well,
with stillness, and you're an expert in clarity. So
are you
yeah,
calling
I'll
me?
leave the yeah
I was
I'll
born
leave
with
this to you.
stillness. This is a euphemism saying I was born with laziness. But anyway, stillness is when you focus on an object and you focus on procedural meditation where you sit down. You focus on one thing. It can be an object. It can be anything, a photo. It can be a candle. It can be your breathing. It can be anything, but maintaining your focus on that object.
Concentration.
That's developing your concentration. That's the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
And the other one, the vipassana, is where you take it from a different angle, where when you meditate, you've already achieved samatha, and now you can look outward, gaze out further, not have any specific thoughts in your mind necessarily, but really absorbing everything that's around you. We've got a video that
Being aware.
being aware. It's almost like awareness.
But I thought it's looking inward.
That's really what
Oh, that's one.
samatha is. But it's right.
Inward and inward is
it's one.
one.
There is no difference between the two when you go to the advanced stage because there is no self. Anyway, we're jumping ahead of ourselves in leaps and bounds. Why combine the two? Why combine samatha and vipassana? They actually work well together. It's good to begin with samatha because it settles your mind.
And the Vipassana brings insight.
That's right. Once your mind is settled and your monkeys stop dancing around and your thoughts are not jumping from this to this to this to this to this, when you can sit down and just relax and have zero thoughts, even, then you can embrace vipassana. And true meditation is a dance between calmness and clarity. We didn't change that, did we?
No.
So it's really not having a line between the two. It's merging the two. You are both calm, you have clarity, and you receive the insight from the all that's around you. And this is one where we did change from calmness to insight. Now you begin learning your meditation with focusing on an object. It can be your breath or a physical object. And this helps to calm the mind. It focuses your mind. If you keep on looking at something and you try and block off other thoughts, it gives you a laser focus on that object and stops your mind from thinking about other thoughts. Samatha is nothing about focusing on a particular subject. It's all about blocking off thoughts. And the best way to achieve that, especially in the beginning, is to focus on just one object. Because, I mean, how interesting can one object be? Don't focus on a TV. But, I mean, if it's an inanimate object that's stationary, perfect. It's as boring as anything, right? How exciting is a candle? How exciting is your breathing? It's not, but it's good to choose something that is not changing very much because it doesn't arouse thoughts in your mind. And you train your mind to have that focus and to have the calmness. And then you carry over this calmness ability that you've gained through samatha to vipassana, the second level, if you like. I'm not sure if it's a second level, but I guess it's the natural thing to do after you've reached the state of calmness, where you can allow your mind, yourself, your soul to have the freedom because you're no longer going to have scattered thoughts. You've already trained yourself for the focus and the concentration. Now, when you use the method of vipassana, you can just open up your curtains and just see things as they really are. This insight arises naturally when the mind is settled, and it's settled through the techniques taught through samatha.
You just mentioned to see things as they really are.
Yeah.
So, what is the world you see?
Oh, well, the world that I see isn't as abstract as what our senses tell us. Our senses say to us, there's something there and you can touch it and it's there. But when you think about it in a microscopic level, there is no such thing as a solid. Everything is electrons with a nucleus and electrons and protons. Nothing is stationary. Nothing is hard. Nothing is solid. It's we know everything is energy. So you've got to. It's good to um, find a way where you can um, use more than your senses of sight, your eyes, ears, nose, and those to observe through vipassana. When you're meditating vipassana, there is no such thing as solid objects. There is no such thing as, I mean, sight, sound, and stuff. That's not there. Um, and there is no such thing as time. And so, in that state, you can be putting oneself in any place, any time. But then, what is the point? Because there is no place, because that insinuates something physical again.
Mm.
All we have is our five senses. There are some animals that can sense much more than us. They can see a much broader spectrum of light, for example, ultraviolet. They can see infrared. They can see these different things in a different way to us. We only see a very small, narrow.
4%.
Okay. I don't know where that came from. Okay. Yeah.
Scientific.
Science, I know, I know. I'm impressed. But the thing is, we only know what our senses tell us. But there is so much more out there that our senses aren't capable of receiving. They just can't. We got even a dog, a normal, common, beautiful dog. They they experience the world in a totally different way to us. For a start, their sensation of smell is much greater than ours, probably equal to their standard of sight. And so for us, smell is kind of like a secondary or third grade sense. Eyesight is most important to us. But some animals use smell for being great, as a greater priority. Some animals sense EMF, if you like, especially for aquatic creatures. That sharks, for example, sense their prey from miles away through the electricity that's in the water. And they've got sensors in their snouts which are sensitive to this. And so they know where their prey are so far away. And we're totally clueless because we can't sense things like that. Bats have got, okay, they have got sight. It's false that they're blind, but um, in the dark, eyesight is secondary to hearing. We only know the world from what our senses have told us. And here's the big clanger: our senses are lying to us. It's like looking through rose-tinted glasses, and everything looks rosy.
That's
And
why I said it. Why it's so dark.
dark, and it's not. It's the glasses you're wearing. We are stuck with our senses. We can't experience the universe in its pure state using our senses as the portal. We can only do it with our minds, and our minds initially aren't ready. They will go into overload or become put up its barriers because it's just the way that we have become. We don't trust our inner thoughts. We trust our senses. Seeing is believing, the saying goes. Or seeing is not believing. Knowing is believing. And this comes through the wisdom of Vipassana.
It's not a theory. That's what you see, right?
Oh, sure, sure. but I can't explain in words because words are a human invention, whereas truisms are way beyond that. All I can do is experience them and know them, but I can't transfer them to someone and say, well, it's like this, it's like floating in a cloud and la da da.
Yeah, we can only achieve that through our own practices. No one else can help us.
No, no. Okay. I did a lot of chin wagging in this one.
It's very
You,
good.
you
I
go,
was,
you do this one.
oh, no, you do it. You do it.
Ah, okay.
Because that's,
Okay,
yeah,
well, from insight back to calmness. When observation feels scattered or tiring, return to calmness, especially at the early stages when you've gone just recently from using samatha techniques to vipassana. You find your mind still just sometimes clicking in to logic mode. Then you've got to use your samatha techniques to focus again and then transfer that calmness, which you then achieve, back to vipassana. And so during a single meditation session, you may find yourself transferring from one to another. But you know, the great thing about meditation, well, there are several things. First of all, no one's there to judge you. There is no way that is wrong. Okay. But you can use these techniques that we are suggesting to help you on your path for you to find your truth. Okay. And so quite often you may bounce between focusing on an object to experiencing the truth of the universe. And then you might find in self observation, a thought pops up, and you don't just observe the thought, but you extend the thought, you engage with that thought. Then you must bounce back to samatha and focus on an object. In vipassana, you should have the state where you have thoughts, that's good, but you do not engage with those thoughts. You have stepped away from your day to day life. You are observing yourself like a scientist. So you step back. Yes, it's okay to have thoughts in vipassana. It's good, but not thoughts which then logic has to be applied or you've got to contribute. It's more about observation. The truth is out there, but it's out of reach for most people because they do not know the paths. And the paths are through calmness and self observation, then opening the curtains, and there it is. There's the truth. So if you do find yourself with your mind starting to bounce a little bit, you put yourself back into samatha, breath awareness, or focusing on an object to restore your calmness. It's all perfectly natural. It's perfectly natural to not be able to do this as well. If you find, well, here John's talking about something and I just can't do it, I'm hopeless, I'm this and that. You're doing two things wrong. First of all, you're judging yourself. There is no wrong way, and there is no standard, no absolute ideal way to do it. And another thing you're doing wrong is you're pushing yourself. The truth should be easy. Just let yourself into the state of calmness and then let the truth become exposed. And what is this truth? Well, I can't explain it to you because there's no words. But you'll experience, you will be able to do things that you had not been able to do before. From my personal experience, I can do things which a lot of other people can't do because they're so engaged in the here and now. But what if the now is never? There is no now.
there's no now.
There is no now. Because that suggests there's a future and a past, and there's actually no future and no past either.
Ah,
It's so deep, so deep.
but what do they say about living the present moment?
That is a saying to enjoy your life as it is now. You know, this is your lot. Enjoy it. But this is another human abstract. But we're not talking abstracts here. But I can't explain it through words because words just do not do any credit to what I've experienced and what I know.
Gosh.
I can't. There's no words for it. But the cycling between focusing on an object and then in the calmness, open up yourself to the universe. It strengthens your focus and your wisdom. The wisdom comes through the vipassana, which is when you open the windows, open the curtains. It's the wisdom. And so here you're gaining wisdom without the universe is your teacher. You don't have to go to a teacher and ask them for knowledge and that. And that's not wisdom, by the way. That's only knowledge. That's not wisdom. True wisdom is in the universe. It's there already. We are like puppets. All that we do in the course of a day are reflexes that we've learned through previous life experiences. Thirsty, drink water. How do you drink water? You'd have to fill a cup to your mouth. You've done that before a gazillion times. It's like we are puppets. There's nothing new.
So we're driven by what?
We're driven by our karma. We're driven by what?
Karmic habits.
Yes, through this life and for people that are and also previous lives. Just ourselves, inherent nature. If someone gets angry at you, you bounce it back to them, or you have, these comebacks and this and that. Everything suggests that we are just robots. We are programmed by ourselves, programmed by our own experiences. And the way to illustrate this is this, where you can say the same thing to two people. Say to someone, you got long hair. For one person, it might be an insult. For another person, it might be a compliment. One person gets angry, the other one's happy. It's the same words, the same message, but for the two people, it's different. And they take it different because of their programming.
Yes.
And how are you programmed?
And that was programmed by ourselves, not by some.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. So how are you programmed? And have you got the determination to change your own programming? Only you can do it. You're not going to have someone to take your hand and show you the way. Only you can do it. Only you. And you can use different techniques, but meditation is perhaps the best way because it takes you step by step. You get into the state of calmness, and then through the calmness, you apply that in the next step, vipassana, where at that point you start absorbing, just like a sponge, the truth. And if something's the truth, it should be easy. It's not like going to school and you learn mathematical formulas or chemical equations and things. It's nothing like that. The truth should be easy, and it is. But it's behind. It's beyond our senses. That's our handicap. Did I ramble on too long? Did I? Okay, there we go. Moving on. The heart center is connected to the eyes through wisdom channels. In our tradition of meditation, your eyes should be kept open. This is a very important point. If you are sensitive to disturbances from outside, when you begin to practice, you may find it helpful to close your eyes for a while. Close your eyes slightly, but not completely. Let your eyelids droop naturally, leaving a small gap for light to pass through, and look inward quietly. Try it yourself, and you will find that your mind naturally turns inward. Once you feel established and calm, gradually open your eyes and you will find your gaze has grown more peaceful and tranquil. Now look downwards along the line of your nose at an angle of about 45 degrees in front of you. One practical tip in general is that whenever your mind is wild, it's best to lower your gaze. When distracted or excited, lower your gaze and tilt your head slightly downward. Whenever you are dull and sleepy, bring the gaze up. Slightly lift your chest and tilt your head upwards to bring your gaze up. Once your mind is calm and the clarity of insight begins to arise, you will feel free to bring your gaze up, opening your eyes more and looking into the space directly in front of you. This is the gaze recommended in the practice of the Great Perfection. Gazing at the space, at this point, there is no self, no phenomena, no knowledge or views in the mind, not even the view of the Great Perfection. Then, merge with the space of the Dharma realm. This practice uses the external emptiness and luminosity to inspire the mind to merge with our Buddha nature, which is luminous in essence. By nature, there is no self, no phenomena. The luminosity and emptiness can help inspire our innate Buddha nature because luminosity and emptiness are the inherent characteristics of wisdom. Use emptiness and luminosity to inspire the mind to merge with our true nature. In the teachings of the Great Perfection, it is said that your meditation and your gaze should be like the vast expanse of a great ocean. Gazing at the space, the mind will become boundless, not like the ocean, but like the space, all-pervading, open and limitless. This is the mind of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, as Dharmakaya is all-pervasive by nature. When your mind and Dharmakaya merge as one, your true nature naturally appears. Just as your view and posture are inseparable, so your meditation inspires your gaze, and they now merge as one. This practice is a preparation for practicing the Great Perfection. First, lower your gaze, then gradually lift it up, and finally turn your eyes upwards and gaze at the space. The eyes are the doors of the luminosity. The heart center is connected to the eyes through wisdom channels. Our eyes are open and the whole space is within our field of vision, but don't gaze at anything or anyone. Our eyes are open like a mirror, reflecting every object and every person in the hall, but we don't gaze at anyone or anything in particular. As practitioners, our minds are also like this. Your mind and your eyes are connected. As your mind grows broader, your vision becomes wider. Your mind becomes more and more spacious and pervasive. You will discover now that your vision becomes more expansive and that there is more peace and equanimity in your mind. This is the way of practice. Don't gaze at anything in particular. When an ordinary being is attached to something or someone, whether out of greed or anger, his eyes are fixed on that thing or that person. When we meditate, don't focus on anything in particular. Instead, turn back into yourself slightly and let your gaze expand. When you are not attached to anything, you naturally have a broad vision. Why is Avalokitesvara called thousand-eyed? It's not that he has 1,000 physical eyes, but his mind is all-pervasive, illuminating everywhere. Using figurative language, we say that he has 1,000 or even 10,000 eyes. Okay. No questions from the audience, so... Okay, now we're going to begin our 20-minute open awareness meditation with gentle alpha wave music to calm the mind and connect to our deeper self.
Well, just a question, because it is recommending us to keep our eyes slightly open while doing meditation. What is your suggestion for our audience today?
Well, we can try.
For beginners, they can simply keep their eyes closed.
Oh, sure, yeah. Absolutely. But if you wish to experience, have your eyes ever so slightly open. I find myself that my eyes get dry.
Get wet. My tears came down when I had my eyes open.
Yeah. It's sort of like the blinking competition where you after a while your eyes start streaming. But yes, I do find that I find it difficult. But I occasionally try it again. So my advice is give it a try. Maybe you can do it easier than Echo and myself. So get yourself comfortable. Now, do you want to tell people what you're saying to me, whispering?
I need to catch the trend, so I will probably privately, secretly leave while we're doing meditation.
So just be forewarned, because forewarned is forearmed. You'll be stuck with me. But at least we've got Echo for half a meditation session, right? And she's agreed to do the next one all by herself. What?
Who said it? You
Me.
agreed?
We agreed. Okay, it's good. Okay. So get yourself comfortable. They say cover yourself, but I think today I'm just really too hot to cover myself.
Okay.
So I won't. And yeah, I'll go back a little bit. Yeah. And we shall begin. Okay, are we ready? Oh, see a few people still getting themselves settled. Okay. Okay, well, we'll start. Cross your legs, try and have your back straight. I have my hands in this kind of position on my lap. You have it on that position. Again, there's no wrong way.
There's no wrong way.
No wrong way. And let's go. Keep your eyes closed. Rub your hands together. Rub your hands and place them over your eyes. Rub them again. Pat the top of your head, your neck, your shoulders. I said close your eyes, Andre. Pat your chest, your stomach, and your back. Gently open your eyes. Wow. See if your legs can straighten off again. Oh, my better half's gone. Well, I hope that meditation was good. I hope you managed to relax and just focus on mindfulness. Now we see blessings. The key factors that determine an individual's spiritual energy level are their social motives and state of mind. Let's create a world filled with peace and happiness together. May all beings always possess happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings always be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings always have the joy of no suffering and feel contentment in their hearts. And may all beings be free from greed and anger and abide in equanimity. We are all equals. We are all one family. Monthly meditation sessions. We've got activity around 8 of our virtual meditation. That ends on the 9th of September, so there's still a long time to go. But we encourage you to participate. If you participate with a lot of other people, you get the support, structure, and it helps you to develop. And online meditation with John and Half Echo. Well, we were lucky to have her for part of the time anyway. And the second course, we haven't yet decided the date, but it'll be in about 2 weeks' time. If you want to learn more, we have a personal growth YouTube channel. We have an Embarking on the Path of Inner Peace website. Spooky2 Virtual Meditation Challenge. And of course, the online meditation, which we've just had now. Gosh, episode 24. Yeah, well, time flies when you have fun. Okay, so stop sharing. There we go. So there we have it. I see a lot of comments have come through. I'll just have a quick read through. Now, William, I've got a bit of a gripe with you. You said, I love your outfit, Echo, but you didn't mention my clothes. Okay, and I love to hear from where you're from in your comments. And Ma Reed, she's from Finland, all the way from Finland. Wow. Actually, I'd love to see Finland. I think Finland is supposed to have, is it Finland? The happiest people or the most open people. Second, with a very close second for Canadians. Finland, yeah. I've never thought of going to Finland. I know it's cold. I know that they don't get a lot of sun during the winter time. but I'm also told that the people are very nice, and that's reason enough for me. I don't want to go where I'm not feeling welcome. Okay. Oh, and Todd, now I see your message about difficult to hear my voice. Well, like I have everything wound up to the maximum. I think because you've only got one microphone, because you've got shallow pockets, and it's in the middle between two people, that's when the distances become a bit large and the volume becomes less. I'm hoping that you can hear me now because I have the microphone in the regular distance away. Okay, and I see Smalley, who's our lovely Spooky2 staff member, has given help on how to increase the volume of your Zoom. And Todd is saying, well, he's trying, he's trying. Sorry, Todd, the fault will be all ours. Maybe I should invest in a two microphone thingy. um, well, it all costs money, doesn't it? Um, okay. And I tried to meditate again. I'm not very good at meditating with my eyes open, to be honest. My eyes always start watery and then they become a distraction. And the same happened again, but I was okay with that. I just then closed my eyes and did meditation the way I normally do. Now, ML says the music is annoying. Sorry, I'll pass your constructive comment forwards to the people that do the video. Um, I wonder, what would you call not annoying music, ML? So, the music you listened to has the brainwave frequencies embedded into it to help people enter the state of meditation, which is the objective of this exercise, not necessarily just to listen to music. But if the music is annoying, that can be distracting. So we've taken your criticism on board and I'll tell the relevant people. Okay, and thanks to everyone. And we have a Canadian with us too, Adelon. Oh, she's sitting in the middle row. Hi, Adelon. And yeah, from Victoria. And yeah, I love your comments. I love your comments. I mean, most of them are saying where you're from. And Jeremy says being present is a gift. Isn't that beautiful? You know, just being here, participating with a group of people, all like-minded, wanting to self-improve. Oh, the music was over my voice at the end of the meditation. Okay, I'll bear that in mind because I can stop that early. So I'll do that next time. Okay, Adeline, thanks for that. Um, and William says my shirt looks comfortable. He's a guy, so he's not allowed to say my shirt looks kind of cool. No, it looks all right. Hey, I take that on board too. Thanks very much for that. I'm only joking. I don't. I've got no pride as such, you know. I don't worry. But the end music with the music was too loud. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll make sure that's quieter next time. Okay, and Todd is asking, do I have any recommendations on meditation with severe headaches? Mine is from Toxicity and it's constant. Wow. Well, you really need to put yourself in the mind space. Find a quiet space where you haven't got the triggers, the fertilizers for this headache. If it's from the toxicity, and let's face it, probably most of us experience toxicity from life. We'll just put it under the broad heading of life. There's a lot of really toxic things out there. To find inner peace, you've got to really put yourself into a place away from the toxicity. So, you try and find quiet spots. Don't tell anyone where they are. Sometimes a crowd isn't a good thing. Physical toxins, mycotoxins, mold, etc. Okay, Todd, um, let's hang around after this is finished because you're asking me a physical thing, and I want to focus just on the meditation aspect with the mind, but I certainly have suggestions for you. So thank you everybody for participating. I did see, truth be known, a few of you nodding off, which is good. You can meditate while you're sleeping. It's all good. There's no wrong way to do it. If after you sleep, you wake up again and you feel, wow, I feel so relaxed. I feel happy. That's it. That's all you want. You don't want any more. Other things will come through time. Don't push yourself. Let the truth come when it's ready. Take the blue pill when you're ready to take the blue pill, okay? Take care, everyone. Keep on passing the love forwards, and look forward to seeing you next time with quieter music, especially at the end. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye. Okay. Oh, on our guided meditation for self compassion and forgiveness, there's an error. Okay, well, Colleen, I'll pass that on because I don't do social media. If you look on my website, on my Facebook group, you would have seen entries which were half-heartedly done years ago, if not decades ago. I, the thing is, I live life. I don't write about it. So I don't live in a virtual world. I live in the real world. So I don't really do social media. Also, it's blocked in China, which is another reason. And I've been in China for just about 10 years now. Can you believe it? 10 years. So, yes, they do block most of the social media sites. So that's another reason why I just don't bother. So there are people that are active on our social media sites and maintain my webpage too. So I'll tell them that your guided meditation. I think Smalley is watching us now. I can't see her on the participants. Oh yeah, there she is. So Smalley, can you look at two things? First of all, the volume of the sound at the end with Susul singing. Susul's our friend. Well, she's family really, and she created that song and sang it, and that's the song at the end. But we can certainly make it quieter. And the check up on that video for guided meditation for self-compassion and forgiveness. Can you check up on that, Smalley, and make sure that behaves itself? All right. Well, we've all got the warm and fuzzies. Let's focus on this toxin thing that was brought up before by Todd. Toxins is a physical thing as well as an emotional thing. And I was thinking more emotional, but Todd has explained it's from mycotoxins, from mold. The very first thing you've got to do is, like the advice I gave for social toxicity, get yourself away from the toxic mold or the other sources of the toxins. If you can't, try and improve your living environment. You've really got to do that first. Otherwise, you can remove the toxins in your body, but they're just going to return. I had all the fillings in my mouth removed about 8 years ago, I suppose now, because I knew that the mercury was a burden to my body. No matter what I'd do with detoxing, the mercury would then return. So I got them all removed and I did the right things. Now I want to talk a little bit technical, Todd, because you've gone a little bit technical with me with the word mycotoxins. Okay, first of all, try and improve your environment, remove the molds. There are ways to remove the molds, even if the molds are in little crevices in the wall. If you can go for a holiday for 1 or 2 days, close every window and door in your house or apartment. Get a negative ion generator, a decent powered one, and just turn it on and leave it. The negative ions, they're quite aggressive to life forms. When you return to the house, you must not breathe the air because every life form in the house will be dead, including the toxins such as the mold. It it just wipes out everything. But it's best to do it over a few days whilst you're on holiday, and make sure no one's going to come into the house because you can suffocate. Um, but you leave it running. Um, I've done this myself. I used a very powerful unit. It was something like a 1 kilowatt power output, and I left it running for a long time. I think it was 1 or 2 days. The negative ions, it does, if you leave it for a very long time, it can attack rubber as well around your windows. And make sure you have all your pets, your goldfish and everything away when you do that, because the negative ions get absorbed into the water, kill your goldfish. All life gets wiped out, which is really starting from a clean slate. You've got to make sure that the cause of the mold is removed as well. So you make sure your house is dry. Either invest in a dehumidifier or block off leaks and seal off places where the water's coming in. Um, it is spending money, but the alternative is getting more sick and then spending money going to the doctor. So it's being proactive rather than reactive. Now, okay, having done that, okay, John, what's next? Well, you've got to get rid of the toxins in your body because your body's not very good at removing some toxins, in particular heavy metals. Now, um, I've been down this path many times. One sideline I do is supplements, not for selling because money's not the object, but I, for friends and family, I supply them with the supplementations that they need. If they're vegetarians, then I supply them with the micronutrients that they require. But for removing heavy metals, you need to have chelation in your body. Now, chelation can be as cheap as buying something like EDT, which is as cheap as chips, uh, powder, which you just drink. It hasn't got really any taste. And heavy metals bind to it, and then it passes through your body to um, waste removal systems. And look at the amount of antioxidants that you're taking as well. You can take the regular ones, which they say vitamin C, or you can take the more powerful ones. You can take the queen of antioxidants if you can, this astaxanthin. That is 2,000 times more powerful than vitamin C. You don't need much, but it is expensive. But that's the ultimate, if you like. But even Q10 and others are good as well. Raise your nasal body health level. You might think you're healthy, but once you do a detox, then you feel even better. And that is your new natural state. And then with doing all these steps and getting your sleep, your headaches will dissipate. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a promotional session for our products. I'm not. I totally refuse because I don't like listening to people and then they've got a side motive. Okay, so it's not going to come from me, but do the things I've suggested, and you will find that your headaches will naturally recede, and then they'll just go away. Um, yeah, sleep is so important. You know, without sleep, really serious things happen, like the cancer takes a foothold, and then it starts its thing. Alzheimer's, so many things start with lack of sleep, and that could be through the LED lights that we've got now, actually. But um, getting better might be as simple as buying really cheap blue blocking glasses, and then you sleep better, and then your health improves better. It could be as simple as taking very healthy supplements to assist in your sleep. And I'm not talking melatonin, we're talking about the more natural things like hops and things, plant-derived supplements, which help your body just go, okay, I'm ready for sleep, and then you nod off, and you have a good 8 hours sleep. Yeah, there's many ways to remove consistent headaches, but you've got to go for the cause, root cause. And in your case with mycotoxins, you've got to remove them from your environment, from your living area. If you've got mold in your workspace, complain to the boss. Say to the boss, look, I'm getting these headaches because the black mold that's around the windowsill. Please, can you help? And they'll get a cleaner lady in, or it'll give you the things you need to do to wipe it off. And you might find ammonia is okay, but don't breathe it in. And then you'll find just that one simple act, that one simple job that you've done makes your headache not so often or not so intense. Then with clarity, you start doing another thing and another thing. Maybe best not to do too many things at once, because if your body's already suffering, you don't want it to suffer more with trying to work harder and removing the toxins all at once. But I've got my favourite supplements. EDT is a favourite of mine. When I went to get my fillings out, I didn't trust the dentist in preventing mercury vapour going into my body while they're doing it. So I was holding my breath as best as I could, or taking very shallow breaths, and rinsing my mouth out as often as possible. They didn't put a mask over me to remove the vapour, but I knew that the next time I was going to go to New Zealand, my hometown, even there they wouldn't really do a good job. To the people that the dentists that I know, they'd just do the same thing. They just drill it out and rinse it and stuff. And goodness knows what microparticles you swallow during the procedure. So 2 days before the big event, I took EDT by the gram load. I overdosed on EDT, and then I had the fillings out and got them replaced with the white fillings, no mercury. There was no effect, nothing. It just happened. I kept on the EDT for about a month, heavily after that. I actually take EDT every day anyway, just as a matter of course, because I don't trust the environment. Well, that's a fair call, because it is China and we are polluted here. But most cities are, and water sources and everything. I just don't trust it. So I do something about it. And so EDT is a good thing to have, and it is cheap. I'm hoping it's cheaper in your part of town as well. In China, we can buy things by the kilo because we've got factories that make it. And then I'll tell you a little secret, a dirty secret, an industrial secret. The supplements I buy, like the astaxanthin, there might be something like 200 RMB for 500 grams, as an example. 200 RMB, that's $10, $20, $10, around that, $10 or $15 for half a kilo. Or what's that, 2 pounds. And then I see it in tablets, in tablet form. And it's like American dollars, $80, $100 US. And these tiny little capsules. And you look at the ingredients, each capsule contains, 14 milligrams of astaxanthin, which was the minimum that they found had any benefit in studies in mice. And the rest is calcium carbonate. Really? And as a lot of people know, it is absolutely proven calcium carbonate causes heart attacks later in life, because the calcium deposits into your arteries because there's no K2 to carry it through to your waste disposal system. It's just crazy. Even supplements can be unhealthy unless you do it with wisdom. So do the research and do it properly. So yeah, I take large amounts of K2, MK7, and it's you'll reap the rewards. If not now, you'll reap them later on in life as one gets older. You'll be looking around at your peers and thinking, why are they hobbling around? Why are they living with pain? And I'm still riding my bike and running and doing this and doing that. It's because you look after yourself in the early years. And even if you are advanced stage now, let's say advanced stage, let's say you're 80, right? And you feel okay, but you're feeling the years. There's still a lot of things you can do, Hyaluronic acid in powder form. Magic stuff. That should be dirt cheap. Hyaluronic acid, if you get a little speck of powder on your finger, you add water and you rub your finger together, it feels so slippery. It's like oil. And you rinse it and it's still feeling slippery. It's like a slime that doesn't go away. When you take that in capsule form, I prefer capsules because there's no fillers then to block up your arteries. And your joints all of a sudden move without any pain. It's like, wow, no clicking and no hurt. That's the astaxanthin, especially the low molecular weight. So not astaxanthin, the low molecular weight hyaluronic acid that passes through your cell walls, goes right into the synovial fluid. It becomes just like an oil lube. And it really is good. And it's not expensive, but not enough people know about it. But I've done all the things, and I've been doing it for years. And I feel great, and everyone should feel great. But I can't give medical advice, and everyone's different. So it's really your path. And hopefully you can find a source of some of the things I've name dropped during these mumblings. Because nothing's worse than finding out something's good and then having the jaw drop when you see the price, because you've got the middlemen and the middlemen have got middlemen. It's absolutely crazy. Or either that or the markups are just obscene. Because I know what the raw material prices are because I buy from factory. Certificated factories where it says purity is 99.99%. And they're not shy to give the certification forms from independent laboratories saying this is the proportion of cadmium and cyanide and everything else. And everything contains those, but it's they're honest enough to state this is the value and it's way below standard, way below standard. If you breathe in, if you can breathe, you're breathing in radiation because of all the nuclear tests that were taking place in the 1960s and 70s. So, yeah, it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. Okay, well, enough mumbling and rambling on. Take care. I hope that my advice has been useful to you, Todd. And yeah, look around, see if you can buy things in powder form. See if you can buy yourself a little capsule making machine, because that should be like about $10 or $20. And once you've got it for life. Then you can buy the empty capsule shells, and you know that everything that goes into each of those capsules is from you. You've vetted each of the ingredients, and you can mix and match to whatever you want. Yeah. That's what I do. I use the capsules for the things that taste unpleasant, and the things that taste okay, I put into my porridge in the morning. So the porridge has got the things like the xylitol, and I shouldn't say it. There's a whole lot of things. I've got 2 longevity mixers which I blend together with all the things like creatine, things that extend your lifespan by 12%. Proven. How's that? But if you don't go back to the studies with mice and you extrapolate the dosage for humans, what you'll find is that the capsules in the stores don't give you enough. Why not? Because it costs money, I guess, and they want to make more capsules. Be wise, everybody. Take care. And, anyone know how to spell the second supplement? Which one is that? There's uh, the EDT, but what's the second one? Well, actually, for detoxing, astaxanthin might be a good one for you because that's the world's best. Oh yeah, okay, yep. And Adeline's done it for me. Good on you, and you've spelt it better than I could, so that's great. Isn't it wonderful being surrounded by lovely people? And Todd, you've been helped out by Adeline. His family should help each other. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Have a great day or afternoon or evening. Bye bye. I don't think I've ever talked so much in all my life. Thanks, Adeline. Love you too.